Hi, welcome to Senior Savvy Cannabis. I'm Catherine Goldberg. I'll be your host. I've worked in the cannabis industry for over a decade. In fact, I run a company that brings the weed bar to fancy weddings and birthday parties because that's what celebrities in California do. But to be perfectly honest, my favorite part of these events is when the grandparents or the parents pull me aside and tell me about how their lives have been improved by cannabis. They always say it in a bit of a whisper and hushed tones, and they say it as if it's a miracle because it is. In fact, out of the senior population in the United States, people over the age of 65, 18% of those have tried some form of cannabis. And out of those 18%, 89 have felt a relief in their symptoms, which is remarkable. So, what we're really talking about is quality of life, which is why I started Senior Savvy Cannabis. Don't take it from me, take it from the seniors themselves. I'm going to read you two testimonials. The first is a voicemail that I received. And she says, "Hey, Catherine, wow, I actually have no pain. I am totally effing shocked, and thank you." And this other note says, "Thank you, Catherine. You are pretty much saving Jim's life and my sanity. Goodness, men wine." He had back surgery. He's allowed to wine. So, what we're really talking about is autonomy, dignity, mobility, quality of life. We're not talking about getting high. And this seems like a good time to preface this by saying I am not a doctor. In fact, I'm going to read a medical disclaimer right now. So please bear with me. This is the most I'll be reading on this podcast, but it's important for you and it's important for me. The information provided in this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. It should not be used to diagnose, treat, or cure any health conditions. Always consult a healthcare provider before starting or changing any health-related treatments, including the use of cannabis. Listening to this podcast does not create a professional relationship between the host and listeners. Any action you take based on the information provided is at your own risk. With that said, this podcast is to accompany my free blog, Senior Savvy Cannabis. And if you sign up for my free blog, in the welcome email, you'll see a link where you can book 15 minutes to chat with me for free. If you are curious about how cannabis could potentially fit into your wellness regimen, or you just want to ask any questions, I am more than happy to chat. All you need to do is subscribe. There's a link below. Put in your email in the welcome email. It'll says book with Catherine. Click it and pick a time that works for you. Just to give you a little teaser for next week, for our first actual real podcast, I'm going to show you how to make cannabis pain cream specifically for neuropathy at home. Again, this is not about getting stoned. It's not about getting high. It's about getting relief. It's about enjoying your life, because that's what we're here for. So I hope you'll subscribe and follow. And if you're not a boomer or a senior and you love someone who is, maybe you'll even share it with them. So thanks for joining me, and I'm excited to do this with you.